Hello everyone, I'm the Sneezing Monkey, and today I'm bringing you a little bit of Assassin's Creed 3 gameplay. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit like I'm speaking through my nose, but I was sick recently. I hope it's not too bad. So I'm showing you a little bit Assassin's Creed 3, but actually what I'm doing is a request video, because I had a request recently to do a video about Xbox 720 rumors, or because, I mean, at this point it's all just speculation. Nothing has been revealed, but there are some hints, and some indications that kind of seem to reveal something. So everything I say in this video is just my own opinion. It's all speculation, but yeah, I thought it's worth sharing with you guys because I think there's some interesting stuff there. And as I said, it was requested. So I think first interesting point to make is the price. There were some rumors about the price of the PS4, but I think the price is going to be a quite strong decision maker in that sense of which console is going to win the next gen console wars, because whoever can bring out a console at, let's say, around £300, right, I think will have the advantage. I have a feeling that the Xbox might achieve that, but I think the PS4 will be slightly more expensive. It might come at around 500 or something like that. That's just my feeling, and the Xbox might come at around 350, 400. So if they really do that, then the Xbox already has an advantage over the PlayStation 4. So that's an interesting thought. Then of course we've seen it in all the press recently, in all the coverage, the big always on discussion that's going on, that the Xbox supposedly, as rumors indicate, will have to be always on to launch any apps or games at all, which means when you live on the countryside anywhere, in Germany, in the UK, or even in America, and you don't have a consistent internet connection, you are basically screwed. You will not be able to play the games you paid for just because of where you live, and that's quite terrible. I think that's a really bad thing. We've just seen it with SimCity, how wrong this kind of thing can go, and I cannot understand if this turns out to be true, why Microsoft would do something like this. What's quite interesting in these regards is that there is, I think he's a creative director at Microsoft. His name is Adam Orth, and I saw a few tweets from him recently, and let me just quote some stuff. So again, he's a creative director at Microsoft. So he's tweeting, "Sometimes the electricity goes out, I will not purchase a vacuum cleaner." Yeah, which basically plays with this idea of, oh, I don't have a consistent internet connection, I will not buy this device. Or another one is, the mobile reception in the area I live in is spotty and unreliable, I will not buy a mobile phone. Or those people should definitely get with the times and get internet. It's awesome. I want every device to be always on and things like this. And after that, Microsoft apologized, I think, officially for these kind of statements, and that they only represent his personal view. But they kind of found a way around saying whether it's going to be an always on console or not, right? So they didn't mention it. I have a feeling it will be, and I have a feeling if it will be, it will turn out as a disaster, because you get so much hate. They will still sell a lot of consoles right now. It will not affect their sales to a big extent, I would say. But in the long run, you are ruining the brand Xbox, because people do not associate the positive values they had before with it, but rather the loads of negative moments they had when their game didn't work and stuff didn't come together. And so they have to get that right, and I think it's very important that they do not put this always on DRM thing into the Xbox for every game. That's just literally insane to make a decision like this. Another thing which is really negative is that they probably won't support second-hand games, so you cannot sell your game after you played it. Every game comes with an activation code, and once that has been activated, the game is basically, I think, limited to that console. The games will come on Blu-ray, so that kind of ties back to where the PlayStation was before already. So the Xbox probably will become a Blu-ray player as well. Another thing to mention is the interface. That was, I think, a big winner. I mean, for the Xbox 360, when the interface, because the interface of Xbox Live really worked in the sense that if I want to do a party with my friends and play a game, it was quite easy to connect, and it worked quite smoothly compared to the PSN, obviously. So they won on that. So they have to get that right, because this is part of the brand Xbox, that all this playing together, this social experience really works and is top notch, you know. One more thing that I have a good friend, and he is a big Xbox fan, and we had a lot of discussions about this topic. And one thing that he's really scared of is that the Xbox will come with the exact interface as Windows 8, and you know, these tiles, right? That the and I mean, the Xbox interface now already seems to be inspired by that. You can see the tile interface is not as extreme as it is in Windows 8, but I think that's also something to consider, and that could really be something where Microsoft cuts in its own flesh if they bring it too much into the Windows 8 tile look and feel, because people just hate it on that as well so much. Yeah, the whole situation reminds me a little bit of 2005, the rivalry between PS3 and Xbox 360. In the beginning, at least that's how I recollect it, PlayStation had like better visuals and the console looked great, and I was totally on the side of, you know, if I would buy any of those two, it would be the PlayStation, just because it looks cooler, it's a nicer experience visually. But then over the years, Xbox really won on this social factor, because they had a great platform to interact with your friends and, you know, join parties together and all that. So they really scored high on that, and it reminds me of that rivalry. At the moment, the PlayStation seems to be like a slight tick ahead, if you want to call it like that, because it just they showed really lovely visuals and really good stuff, and they have loads of nice exclusive titles, and it just feels like it's the thing to go. But who knows where we are in 2, 3, 4 years after we use these consoles for a longer period of time, basically. One more thought that I have is actually all these negative things that come together now and form these rumors around the Xbox, and there's really not much positive things that can be said, to be honest, also affects Microsoft's overall situation. I mean, where are they? I think Windows 8 didn't sell as much as they were hoping to. They are still a huge company, but I have a feeling that a lot of the things they do, including, you know, the attack on the tablet market with Surface and things like that, they don't go really well. But the Xbox is still like one of their strongest, you know, sails in the wind, if you want. I think it makes a lot of money. And if they now have all these negative aspects coming together to affect the Xbox brand in such a way, I really see that they might ruin it over the years. Maybe the next Xbox in 5 years from now will not sell as much, and then maybe PlayStation will be one step ahead, just because they didn't bring in this AlwaysOn DRM. So yeah, I think these are some thoughts that I had on the Xbox 720. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, then please leave me a little like, that would be appreciated. Thanks guys for watching, and I see you next time. I'm out. Bye.